Hey guys, welcome back. This is Tarun again, back with another fitness video. So, what I do via this channel is I try to help each one of you with your fitness queries, and I also share my experiences with you, in terms of getting my dream body, if I had one or if I want to get one. There are many challenges that are put before us if you want to or if you are gunning for our body of our dreams. So in my quest, starting this video channel is to help each one of you with whatever fitness problems that you may have, and I do this via this video blog of mine. So today I want to cover some of the things, some of the tips rather, some tips which will come in handy to you. Some of these tips you would know, some of them would be like, hey, I knew it but I can't implement them, and some of it will make you go like, I didn't know that, right? So shall we start? I got this notes right here. So number one, this is something that I always feel that was responsible for my weight gain and for people's weight gain. It's called nighttime snacking. It's so important for all of us to sleep on time, but you know what, we don't give a shit. We feel that be up a little late, we can watch some TV, probably do something, talk to our friend, WhatsApp, internet, do some shit or the other. But you know that the more time you spend in the night chances of you accumulating that stress hormone cortisol are also a lot higher. And cortisol is nothing but a fat hormone. It's a stress hormone which loves fat on our body. So my humble request to you is that this cortisol stress hormone is the one that makes us eat in the night. That is exactly what we do, called nighttime snacking. Cross your heart and tell me that you don't eat. You don't eat if you're up. Let's say you're watching a movie in the night, and after about an hour or hour and a half, you feel like munching some popcorn, or you feel like drinking some Pepsi or a Coke, whatever soft drink, or maybe you want to eat something. Right, because you want to eat, and nighttime snacking is more of emotional eating. You don't want to eat, but you still end up eating. Because why? Because let's say your stress levels are high, your body's stress hormone has taken a toll on you, and you become a victim of that, and you will give in and you will end up eating. So my request to you is, sleep on friggin' time, man, so that you could avoid this nighttime snacking. This is the mistake that I was making, and I don't want you to go through that. It's common sense, but hey, common sense, it's not common these days. I thought I should share it with you, this most uncommon common sense. So I hope you get this. That's number one. This is something that I learned. Number two, that I thought that the mistake that I was making, the biggest mistake, was not enjoying my food. If you want to diet, if you made that that decision that you will be going on a diet is nothing but a temporary arrangement, which I actually hate because you can't sustain it for long. But if you have decided to change your lifestyle, don't friggin' torture yourself, and every time you look at a food and say, oh shoot man, why cheese khani, I have to eat that again. No. If you have signed up for dieting, enjoy that bloody food, man, because remember, food has a direct connection with your heart. If you're not feeling good by having that food will not hit your body. It'll only do you damage, man. This is something that I learned. Every time I ate something which I didn't enjoy, it didn't do anything to me. Either I had to poop out, or I had to vomit, or probably it didn't do anything. It just helped me gain some more fat. So my point is, if you don't want to eat, don't eat. Don't push yourself, don't force yourself just because you have to eat. It's a mind to heart connection. Something that you love, obviously will do you good. If you hate something and you're just having it for the sake of it, it will not do you any good. Not just food, even people, relationships, anything. It applies everywhere, more so in food. I hope you got that. Next, I'm not going to talk about these are the amount of carbs you should be eating, should be a macro breakdown. Chances are you would probably know that. What I would want to tell you is that whatever you eat, just ensure that you also add protein in it. Because adding, like for example, if you just have carbs, let's say rice, and rice really, when you take them, they convert into blood sugar because they are simple carbs complex carbs, and what they do is they raise your blood sugar levels, that insulin spike that you'll get. But if you were to add protein in it, that spike will be slow. When that spike will be slow, chances of you accumulating fat are a lot lesser, because it's not, you haven't rushed your sugar levels too high. I'm not going to get into this whole technicalities of it. I'm just going to keep it simple. My only point to you is that whatever you eat, if you eat rice, try to eat some fish, chicken, or probably, in vegetarian cases, some rajma, dal, anything which is high in protein. You got to add that. Don't just have plain carbs. Like, for example, if you have pastas, that's the worst thing you can do. You can add some chicken there, you can add some fish. You got to have some protein with it, guys. Otherwise, you just inviting trouble. You just inviting fat to come and get stored in your body, which you don't want. So add protein in every meal. Nobody told me that, guys. I really had to. It was my experience, something that I acquired over the years, and after getting all the certification and reading shitload about it, this is my conclusion of it. And I would say about food, and I talked about in my last point that if you don't like what you eat, spice it up, man. And there are so many spices. India is known as a hub of all the spices. You can add black pepper, you can add a little bit of garam masala, you can add red chili, you can add lemon. There is no end to flavors, man. How can you not like food when you have so many bloody options of seasoning and making your food tastier? So do that, use that rather than punishing yourself. Spice it up, man. And for all good taste will make you stick to that diet, and that diet will get you the results. Try it out, man. It friggin' works. Next, and this is very simple but very effective, and I've talked about it about few weeks back. This was around, if you surround yourself, people say, if you surround yourself with good people, you will end up becoming good. Similarly, it applies to food. If you keep good food, healthy food in your house, you will become healthy. Simple, no? But if you stack your house with chips, cokes, sodas, and junk, Oreos, all this food, guess what will happen? You may tell yourself you will not eat it, but you will give in. And when will you give in? Remember those nighttime snacking. You would be telling yourself, hey, I didn't eat anything the whole day, I ate clean. Hey, I may just go and have that. But if your goal is to pack on muscle, this sugar will only bloody do damage, man. It will not. And you know what? These kind of nighttime snacking actually puts you about 10 days behind, 15 days behind of your schedule, which means every night, if you were to do this, forget about it. You can get closer to any of your fitness goal. And what you would do, there'll be a time will come in when you will just give up everything and say, it's not working out for me. So either the gym is bad, or the trainer is bad, or my routine is bad, or the dieting is bad, whatever. It's not anything which is bad. It is your eating pattern which is bad. So you need to change that. So point is, if you keep good food in your house, you would end up eating good food. If you'll keep junk, shitty food in your house, you will eat shitty food, and you will end up looking like shit. It's a fact, but true, man. Another thing that I wanted to discuss. This is something that I always tell people that, but again, as we really don't want to kind of give a shit about it. If your goal is to lose weight, give yourself a reasonable target. The mistake I was making, that I want to lose 25 kilos in 2 months. Is it possible for anybody? No. Yeah, some people may get into that extreme dieting mode and get it, but you know what? If you lose 25 kilos with that extreme dieting, you will get bloody 40 kilos back, once you get back to your normal routine. Point being, give yourself realistic goals, guys. Realistic could be as like, I'm going to lose 1 kg a week, which is still reasonable and believable, which means I'm going to lose 4 kgs in a month, and after some time my weight will come to a halt because my body will get used to it. So my weight loss will slow down, which is okay. So in about 2 months, I'll end up losing 6 kgs. 6 kgs in 8 weeks is a pretty good target. It's aggressive. At the same time, it's realistic and doable. So similarly, it applies to muscle gain too. Give yourself a goal that, I'm going to be adding this much muscle mass by this much time. And to do that, this is what I need to do. We always have a career plan. right? This is what, by the time we reach this age, we got to have a car, we got to have a house, we got to have this position. But when it comes to a fitness, do you have that career plan? That charter that, what, by this age I will look like this, by that age I'll look like that, by this age I will have this much body fat. No. So what stops us from making it? It's so simple but yet so complicated. It's us who complicate things, man. So now what I do is I have what I want to look like, and if you follow my transformation, I track it week on week, not just with myself but even for you folks to decide if there's any change which is happening here or not. These are some of the things that you should add with whatever your goal is. It could be weight loss, it could be muscle gain, and you'll be surprised that all those things that you were going wrong suddenly will fall in place, and you're like, what, you'll be fixing those errors. It's that simple. But again, it all boils down to you. Do you really want to do this? If you're serious about it, you will do it. If not, hey, it'll be just another thing for you to watch and forget about it. So I hope something gets into your head and you action it. Anyone of you who have any questions around this, feel free to reach out to me either on my WhatsApp channel, either on my Facebook channel, or even on my YouTube group. And I'll be very happy to help you with some of these more tips that, I wish somebody would have told me. But back then there was no Tarun Gill Fitness, no Tarun Gill was telling me this or giving me this free gyan, so to speak. Now you do. So make the most of it and feel free to, shoot your questions to me, and I'll be very happy to answer. So until we meet again, peace.